being in like a college environment forces you to like try to fit into like a box of some kind. Yeah. And I do feel quite insecure about like the fact that I still haven't really found that spot for me.
Like, be humble and selfless, and I definitely think that even though it's something that is not going to be easy to achieve, it's like worth like the effort and like putting your heart into it.
Boiled down, I think I have a good relationship with myself.
Yeah.
I think I'm good at like being honest with myself, doing what I want to do, like staying authentic, and then having that just guide me, and it usually ends up working okay.
Wanting to really live in the present and like enjoy things as you have them, because you don't know what the future is going to look like.
Exactly.
So many things in the past, I'm like, thank God I did that, because I don't have that opportunity to do it now. I thought I would have, but surprise, things happen.
Welcome to Speed Dating at Stanford University. The focus of this video is authenticity and deep questions. There will be 3 rounds: quick introductions, 36 questions that lead to love, and overall philosophical questions. The questions all dive pretty deep and are long form, so feel free to skip around to the ones you're most interested in. And in this video, the guy will be speed dating 4 girls, and in the end, he'll choose a girl and hand her a bouquet of flowers. Okay, so starting off with intros, every person is going to share their name, their major and why they chose that major, and their passions or interests in life.
My name's Noah. I'm from Manhattan Beach, California. I'm studying philosophy because I really enjoy the questions that we ask in philosophy and the lack of answers. I'm very passionate, among many things, about performance and music and singing and just kind of expression in general.
My name is Emma. I am studying human biology. I'm from Boston. I'm studying human biology because I really like thinking about topics of health, but I think combining it with social issues and human rights issues on a more macro scale is really interesting. Things I'm passionate about. I like understanding why people do what they do, and then seeing that play out in culture, in art, and traveling, and kind of experiencing that. I think I'm really passionate about.
My name is Laura. I am studying comparative studies in race and ethnicity. It's a really long name, but basically I'm focusing on education, and the reason I'm studying it is I actually took the year off last year and spent a lot of time actually getting to work with kids and teaching, and I've been really blessed to have a lot of amazing teachers in my life, and so I think that I'd like to be able to give back, and I think education is the most powerful tool that we have to change the world and to change our lives, and we're so lucky to be at Stanford, and I hope that I can do some sort of part to bring good education to people around the world. Yeah. And my passions in life. Yes, my passions are, like I said, education. I love teaching. I love to dance. I did ballet for like 14 years, so that's definitely one of my passions in life. I love to read. I've been a bookworm since I was a kid. I love writing. I've been in a fiction writing class this quarter, which has been amazing. I've had so much fun getting to write and just express myself and get in tune with creativity again. If creativity can be a passion, I think that's definitely one of mine in life. I think creativity is probably the most joyful thing that we have. It helps you view the world in just a much more beautiful way, and use your imagination to make the world a better place.
My name is Journey Washington High. I'm from Northwest Florida, and I'm majoring in biomechanical engineering. I'm majoring in that because really I think it stemmed from liking to work with my hands and liking to work in engineering, and then doing some research in prosthetics, and then seeing what all the great possibilities with biomedical engineering and biomechanical engineering were. So I really wanted to see what I could do in that. And my passions, I really like I said, working with my hands and working with people. So being able to just really delve into it and see what I can help with and work with others is really important to me, which is why my major is trying to do the same thing. And also I like sculpture as well. Just the arts in general are really important to me, and really getting to communicate with all different types of people. Those in humanities majors and STEM majors and all of the around are really important as well. I also like travel, so I like meeting different types of people from all over the globe, and having that different kind of mindset, that different input from everyone everywhere is just a really great thing.
My name is Makayla. I'm from the Big Island of Hawaii. I'm undeclared, but I'm interested in studying English or possibly philosophy. I'm interested in these topics mainly because I like learning the way people think and just hearing how just the human mind works, and I got interested in it initially just because I love reading and literature,
and I feel like writing is definitely a way you can see how people's personality shines through, and it's a creative outlet for many people. And I would say that my passions in life are very grandma activities. I like painting, I like knitting, I love cheesy Hallmark romance movies, and I love baking. So definitely just love helping people as well, and doing volunteer work or serving others.
So the second part is the 36 questions that lead to love, and the participants did introduce themselves to each other before this, but a lot of what they said was mentioned in the prior part of the video, so we'll dive right into the deep questions. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Oh.
I have something I guess.
Okay, go for it.
Well, so I think my days are very dependent on the people in those days.
Yeah.
So I think like the exact thing I'm doing doesn't matter, but if I'm surrounded by really close friends or family, like that can kind of turn anything into like an exceptional day.
Yeah.
So that's probably like the main requirement. I don't know if that's makes sense, but
No, makes sense. People make life better.
Yeah.
I got you.
yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's similar in the fact that I think my perfect day would probably honestly be a day like today, like nice and sunny.
Yeah,
I love the sun, makes me so happy. I probably would want to have some time spent like reading my Bible or spending time with, I'm a Christian, so like spending time either like at church or spending time just like, in the presence of God. And yeah, I would definitely want to be with my friends, with the people that I love. I always say that I think my ideal day is probably doing something new. So whether it's like trying a new restaurant or like getting to do something creative. So like if we got to paint together or like journal together or draw together, anything like that would be fun. Yeah.
If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
It's so sad. I'm thinking of this in like superhero terms.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to be able to fly.
It's valid. I mean, I feel like everyone would want to fly
Honestly.
if they had the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's like a really cool thing to do, and like a different way to transfer. And like
True.
when you're a little stressed, you just go for a fly.
Yes. That honestly like very therapeutic, I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think so.
I think like I would love to be like, I go from like, I have zero piano skills, but like if I could be like a master,
That'd be amazing.
I think that would just be very cool.
The keys just speak to you.
Yeah, like I don't even have to think about it. It just comes out.
That's very true. You see people like that and you're like, oh my God.
Right?
It's amazing.
I think there's a lot of people I've met here who are like that, and I'm just like, how are you this good at piano? Like,
Yeah, or like they're super dedicated to it. It's like, how have you been dedicated for that long to be that good at
Since
it?
you're like 2?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Perfect.
Cool.
When did you last cry in front of another person or by yourself?
I need to think. Do you have an answer?
I think just being here and away from my family is a larger adjustment than I thought it would be. So like my family can be chaotic at home, and so I just like feel bad for my siblings and stuff who are still there. So I'm crying from like hopelessness and feeling like lonely, but also like there's so much going on, but I'm like the only person in Northern California experiencing it. But if I was at home, it's like everyone's kind of experiencing it. So,
Totally.
yeah, I was sad about that. I had my friend that I cried to about it, but
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to have a friend like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
very lucky.
Well, I don't cry that often,
Grr.
but I know, right?
Yeah.
I need to. Like, I wish I could. But I did actually recently cry. I was like visiting family over the break for Thanksgiving, and like some like old grandparents who like it might be the last time I see them. So like it was a little bit hard to say goodbye. So got a little teary-eyed there, but it is what it is. Family stuff
Yeah.
can be hard.
The time before I cried, that I just said, the time before that was because my grandma passed, and that was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, it was very sad. But
So-
I was in your boat like very recently.
So you understand.
I understand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's hard to find people that you really connect with, especially if you're first year.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pushing through. So unfortunately, I can't seem to find Makayla's 36 questions clip, but I do have her intro with Noah, and I think what she said was really sweet and meaningful, so I will be including that clip.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Noah.
I'm Makayla.
Makayla, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm from Southern California area. I'm a super junior. Been here for a while.
That's
Yes.
super cool.
How about you?
I'm a freshman. I'm from Big Island of Hawaii. This is super cool just because like I hadn't left Hawaii before.
Really?
So this is like my first time on the mainland.
Yeah,
It's been super cool experience. Lots of like amazing people that I've met here. I would say like my favorite Stanford thing is just like how you can learn so much from people.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone's super like casual and
Right.
low-key.
No, it's true.
But like there's so much like I don't know, wisdom and like talent that people have.
Yes.
I don't know, I just love learning from people, and I like serving others too. I am in the service dorm, so like we do a lot of like volunteer work and focus on like community engagement and everything, so.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I love all the different perspectives you get here. Like, so different than coming from like, you know, just where I'm from. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just one, you know, not too much variety. But this is like very different. So,
Yeah.
fully agree with you there. Yeah.
Okay, so time for the final round, and we're diving straight into philosophical questions. What is the meaning of life?
It's a big one.
Yeah. I would say, like, for me, just because I am a Christian, I definitely think that, like, purpose is found in, like, my Creator and, like, worshiping God and serving others. And I think that, like, as you become a Christian, like, you're not going to be perfect, but I definitely feel like part of the Christian journey is, like, to be somebody that loves others as, like, Jesus did, to serve others, and definitely to just, like, be humble and selfless. And I definitely think that even though it's something that is not going to be easy to achieve, it's like worth like the effort and like putting your heart into it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, so I'm not Christian, I'm Jewish, but like, I think from that same perspective, like I agree that like kind of spirituality and like your connection with just like the universe and you know, all that is very like foundational, I think. Like I'm still developing, I think, my idea of what like the meaning is, but like definitely I think there's a lot to be gained from there. And like I love learning about like, I don't know, just how different people approach that question, because I feel like that's where you can get a lot of wisdom just from like seeing how many different answers there could be. But yeah, I don't know, it's a complicated one, obviously. So
Plus I feel like the beauty of like putting your faith in God is just the fact that like you don't have to know it all yourself.
Right, yeah.
Like you can just find peace in the fact that like you aren't gonna know everything, and like you can't ever amount to knowing everything, and that is okay.
Yeah, totally. It's just like a constant process of like finding out more about yourself and the world and others, and yeah, I fully agree.
What do you love most about yourself?
That's a tough one. I think day to day it might change like what I would say to that, because I think I see certain qualities come out in certain situations. Lately, I think I've been pretty appreciative of, I think, just kind of my ability to think rationally. I think, you know, sometimes you get in situations where like your emotions get very overpowering and it's like hard to kind of, I don't know, find the right path forward. And I think I'm generally pretty good at kind of like being able to like take a step back and like just look at things, and I think that's a skill that's gotten me through a lot, which is pretty nice.
I was going to say something similar, actually. Yeah, I think I have a good ability to like step back. I was going to say like boiled down. I think I have a good relationship with myself.
Yeah.
I think I'm good at like being honest with myself, doing what I want to do, like staying authentic, and then having that just guide me, and it usually ends up working okay. So yeah, I think so. Just like stepping back and being able to see the bigger picture and realize when like something's worth it, something's not worth it, how I'm genuinely feeling about something. Right. It's like a very good skill. And if I didn't have that, I'd be so screwed.
It's so bad.
It's I'm really good at having that skill.
That's good. I know, I feel like there's so many like moments where you have like all sorts of different options, and like being able to kind of find like what is kind of the most true to what you actually want, instead of like getting caught up in all sorts of other motivations. And it's very, very good to be able to do. So yeah.
Exactly. I agree.
Do you think it's more important to sacrifice for the future through hard work, or to live and enjoy the present moment? And I feel like most people would say it has to be a balance, but if you think it's a balance, how do you think you can strike this balance?
think I have an idea. So I think for like priority-wise, it's living for the present, especially like where we are now, like sort of in high school. It could have been more doing things, sacrificing for the future. So it's like you're getting to that end point, that end goal, which also might not be the healthiest kind of mindset even to have in high school. But now that you're here, it's even if you have these goals that you can have for the future and things that you want to sacrifice to get there, and things that those sacrifices can also help shape you as a person, and like figure out what your priorities are. Wanting to really live in the present and like enjoy things as you have them, because you don't know what the future is going to look like.
Exactly.
So many things in the past, I'm like, thank God I did that, because I don't have that opportunity to do it now. I thought I would have, but surprise, things happen. So yeah, I think that's my kind of balance.
No, that's super true. Like I think it really resonates with me when you said like you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like I feel like there have been so many times I've had one expectation and then like one tiny thing like completely turns it on its head, and like for that reason I feel like I've become more of like a present moment type of person, because it's like I realize kind of how the future is just so uncertain, it's so like not there, and it becomes less important once you kind of realize how like dynamic it is.
So true.
I don't know, so yeah, I feel like I'm leaning toward the present right now, but I know the future's important. Like I can't ignore it. It's gonna come.
Exactly. You don't have to like completely throw away the future to like live in the present. It's not an either or kind of situation.
Thankfully. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
What is your biggest insecurity?
I've got one. You're not ready.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I struggle a lot with. I think generally like. I feel very inclined to have like a very strong like specific direction and like strong motivations and like a clear vision of like who I am and like want to be. And I think I really don't have that. I'm still very much figuring that out, and I think like being in like a college environment forces you to like try to fit into like a box of some kind. And I do feel quite insecure about like the fact that I still haven't really found that spot for me. So that gives me some stress here and there at Stanford. Yeah.
Am I allowed to respond to what he said? Or should I just answer my own question? Oh. No, good. Okay, just making sure it's a conversation. No, but I was just going to say that I think that that's like a different perspective I got over my gap year. It was just like, and I'm taking a class on education right now, and I think it's just been like realizing that like college basically exists to be this like safe incubator for like self-expression, like figuring yourself out. And I think that like as students we put this pressure on ourselves, like I have to come in being completely figured out. But like the perspective of the people who create these universities is actually that like you figure it out while you're here. And like I think our professors also have that perspective, but we don't give ourselves the like, grace to be learners. We expect ourselves to be like instant masters. And I guess that's an encouragement to you to just like be okay with the fact that like you are learning. You're learning who you are, you're learning what you like and who you want to be, and that's okay. And hopefully you're gonna learn that for the rest of your life. So it'd be really boring if you figured out your life's direction right now.
That's true.
And then it never changed. Like I don't know. That kind of sucks. Yeah, it's a good thing. We love uncertainty, right? Isn't that the meaning of life? That's what you said before.
That's what I said. I have to be consistent. So.
Okay, good. Exactly. We love uncertainty.
We sure do. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I think my insecurity is, I don't know, I think it's probably something along the lines of like being faced with situations where I won't know enough, or I've had like enough preparation and time to think about it. And I think it's probably along the lines of just like feeling like I'm completely like a fish out of water, which is strange because I like being in those environments. But I think that there's something like about relationships or things that like I don't understand, like romantic relationships, or maybe fields and things that studies, or like places that I've never been, where it's like, oh, I feel like I don't have enough information. I'll never catch up to the amount of knowledge that everybody else has. And so I don't know, I think that's scary. But then I don't know, you guys were answering the meaning of life question. I was thinking about it for myself, and I was just thinking like, yeah, isn't that the best part, the learning part? So I'm saying that to myself. Like I know that it's an insecurity, but I think that's the thing I've been learning, is just like it's okay to be constantly learning new things, right?
I feel like everyone's doing it. Like I feel like it looks like sometimes people are like, you know, more prepared than you or more knowledgeable, but like everybody's pretty similar, I feel like, right? So yeah, you're probably in your element wherever you go.
Fingers crossed, right?
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
We're done with the rounds and it is time for Noah to make his decision.
Well, you're all fantastic. I had a great time talking to all of you. I feel like I got a little bit of extra time to talk with Emma, and we had some great conversation. So Emma, here are your flowers. But yes. It's great to meet you all. Had a great time.
Aw, yay! That was so sweet, and everyone gets a flower. So.
Good.
Noah, here are your flowers.
Thank you.
So pretty. Aw. Okay, thank you guys for coming. This was so fun.
Thank you.
Alright, so we're gonna end with some reflections from our wonderful participants. Thank you guys so much for joining. It was a lot of fun, and I really loved hearing your guys' points. Noah, how do you feel about the entire experience, and what do you think you gained out of it, or what do you think you've learned?
Yeah, I think that, I know, I love talking to people, I love meeting new people, but I think there's like something special about like being forced to talk to people, and like, not that I was forced, but you know, being in like a situation where like the explicit goal is just to talk to people. Yeah. Like the conversation takes really interesting turns because there's kind of like this mutual kind of expectation that like you're gonna be talking, so you may as well make it interesting. So I feel like, I don't know, it was just a good experience in that way, and I thought everybody was super cool. Yeah.
It's like a situation where deep conversations are the norm, and you're kind of forced to have those like meaningful interactions with people. Yeah, there's like, I guess most like day-to-day conversations pretty superficial. That's why like these types of things I think are really cool, because you can get straight to like the important stuff. Yeah. And there's like no like, you know, barrier you have to break down first. It just puts it all out on the table. Yeah, you're forced to do it, and it just like goes super deep super quick. Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty cool. I definitely think so.
I had fun. Yeah. Overall, I had fun meeting all you guys. Yeah.
Good to meet people.
Yeah.
I think.
It was fun having little side conversations while we were not filming, but the filming part was also really great. And yeah, like the conversations were fun, and I don't know about you guys, but I always like watched videos like this on YouTube, and I was like, I want to be in something like this. So at least it's a bucket list item, you know? That's exciting. Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
And it was cool to like think about the questions and like, because I don't know, you don't normally just think, what's the meaning of life today? You know?
How are we doing today?
Yeah, what is it today? So
Yeah, just like every day. Like, what am I feeling for the meaning of life?
And with like a stranger, sort of, it's like having this really deep connection with someone, like having this, not a deep connection, but like a fun little connection.